working for you. 13 News at 7 begins now.
Shocking crime against a child. Tonight, a 9-month-old baby fighting for her life, and we warn you the story, and it certainly is graphic, and it might be uncomfortable for a lot of viewers. Right now, the Jackson County Sheriff's Office piecing together what happened to this 9-month-old child. They say she was sexually assaulted. She is in critical condition right now at a Charleston hospital.
Yeah, police say Benjamin Taylor had the child in his care when the injuries happened. Taylor is the boyfriend of the baby's mother. Police tell us after questioning the mother, she told them that she found her infant daughter and the suspect in the basement of the apartment.
Taylor told sheriff's deputies that he had taken the baby to the basement of the house around 10 o'clock at night while he was doing laundry. He said he blacked out and didn't know how the child got hurt. According to deputies, Taylor's had minor run-ins with law enforcement. Neighbors say they never imagined something like this was happening so close to their home.
I just think it's disgusting. Like, I don't know how somebody could do that to a child. Like, there's been a million things that run through my head. You know, it could be anybody's child.
At last check, family members say the baby has been pronounced clinically brain dead. They will likely be forced with a difficult decision whether or not to take the child off of life support tomorrow. Right now, the mother is facing no charges. Taylor, however, is charged with first-degree sexual assault. He's being held at South Central Regional Jail on a $2 million bond.
Heed all warnings and orders. If you're on Florida's East Coast, you should know today where you will go if you have to evacuate. Think about where you're going now. Don't wait.
Hurricane Matthew pounding the Caribbean. Forecasters aren't sure where it's headed. And
now residents in the southeastern United States are preparing for the worst. Let's get a better look at this massive storm system and how it could impact this state. Chief Meteorologist Spencer Atkins joins us now with our forecast.
Well, I think, again, some breezes here will pick up on the weekend. I do think we'll see some showers on the east side of the state again on the very eastern slopes, but that's still a long way away. And in terms of exactly where the center of that storm goes, that's the big deal. Again, we know it will be very close to the eastern seacoast, but again, if it jogs a little bit to the west, maybe you get a little more rain. If it stays very close to the coast, just off the coast, maybe get some more wind. We'll keep an eye on that. How about a great sunset right now in Huntington Live? Couldn't be prettier. And again, it's so calm here. We just want to touch on that here briefly again. But out to the east, we see showers and storms. They're off the coast, and that storm is going to ride up and kind of curve up this direction. That's not the hurricane itself, though. How about all the tornado watches out in Kansas and Oklahoma? Out ahead of that cold front, some storms starting to pop, so we'll keep a vigilant eye even on our friends in the plains tonight. We have 70s, though. Great temperature. 74 in Charleston right now, 76 in Huntington with 80 in Point Pleasant. And at the bus stop, we start the day at about 57 degrees. We'll get back up close to about 80. Tomorrow's grade for a bus stop forecast. We're giving that one a big A. Coming back with more in just a few minutes.
The latest now, at least 9 deaths are blamed on Hurricane Matthew, which slammed into the southwestern tip of Haiti today. That storm hit the area with 145 miles per hour winds. The storm unloaded heavy rain as it swirled toward Cuba and the Bahamas. Mark Strassman has more.
Torrential rains and more than 130 mile per hour winds slammed into Haiti. Roads became rivers in the poorest nation in the Western Hemisphere. Across the island in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, the deluge dropped sheets of rain, forcing cars to drive through floods. Jamaica is also feeling the effects of Matthew. This road was washed away in a mudslide. Across the eastern coast of Cuba, people were urged to head for higher ground. More than 300,000 people have reportedly been evacuated.
If Matthew directly impacts Florida, there will be massive destruction that we haven't seen in years.
Florida Governor Rick Scott is taking no chances, declaring a state of emergency.
Once the storm comes, we cannot put our first responders in harm's way. You must leave before it's too late. You can rebuild a home, you can rebuild a business, you cannot rebuild a life.
North Carolina Governor Pat McCrory also declared a state of emergency for 66 counties.
We can't gamble, and we won't gamble with people's lives and the livelihood of many people up and down the coast.
If Matthew tears into Cuba, it could force the relocation of detainees at Guantanamo Bay. But the focus today is Haiti, the island least equipped to handle a disaster like this. Mark Strassman, CBS News, Kingston, Jamaica.
South Carolina is planning to issue an evacuation order tomorrow ahead of Matthew. That means 1 million people can safely and comfortably leave the coast. The finalized plans will come down tomorrow morning. And for those who are sticking it out, Florida residents are beginning to get ready for when Matthew may hit them. You can see drivers lining up for gas and home good items. The National Hurricane Center issuing a tropical storm watch for South Florida.
And how about this? A sudden snowstorm has actually turned fall into winter in parts of Colorado. You can see here snow, ice, poor driving conditions causing these issues. Hard to believe this is happening right now. The Colorado Department of Transportation actually closed Interstate 70 there in both directions for more than an hour.
This morning, a man led police from 5 different agencies in a high-speed chase. 32-year-old John Paul Malo from Fairmont was eventually arrested in Silverton. The chase started in Hurricane. Police initially started to pursue him for speeding. At times, the chase reached speeds of 130 miles per hour. Malo is charged with speeding and fleeing. 13 News was able to obtain a portion of the 911 tapes detailing the chase.
Metro Union for Street, they're approaching Dunbar at this time. I-6 4 eastbound and 904.
Metro, what's their speed? 493 Metro.
130 miles per hour speed. 493 go.
I'm with that unit. We're coming up on Dunbar right now. About 120.
Wow. So far, the Hurricane Police Department has not released any additional information about Malo or the incident.
Community leaders are joining together with the Charleston Police Department, unveiling an 8-point collaboration aimed at becoming a national leader in race relations, community policing, and youth engagement. The new plan includes a wide array of significant policy and system changes, including things like de-escalation training, anti-racism training, and the implementation of a new annual community service award, where the community will actually work with police officers to create the policing standards.
Training's a big part of what we do, and we have to challenge the officers with different curriculum, and some common sense things they go through all the time, but we need to challenge them outside the box a little bit and their thought process. So yeah, I'm looking forward to continue the work.
Along with the training, the police department plans on publishing monthly arrest statistics. The department says they also plan to add body cameras for officers in November.
A town staple is back open in the Clendenden area. The Rite Aid officially reopened. Employees tell us that at the peak of flooding, the store had over 6 feet of water in it. Well, the store celebrated with food and gift bags for customers. Clendenden's mayor says it's a big step forward for the recovery process.
People were having to drive to Charleston to get a prescription filled, even had to drive to Charleston to get something to eat. This is a sure sign that the town of Clendenden is on its way back.
Right now, the Rite Aid in Elkview is celebrating its reopening as well. That store had more than 3 feet of water in it during the flooding. A new Boy Scout center in the capital city is getting ready for a dedication.
The Buckskin Council's new service center hopes to improve the overall scouting experience with modern upgrades, with home base at the National Scouting Jamboree in Fayette County. This new facility will help show scouts nationwide what the Buckskin Council is all about.
The Summit National Camp in Fayette County is a world-class facility. We want to make sure that when scouts come and visit West Virginia, they come to our office, they're going to see a world-class scout facility as well in the Buckskin Council representing local scouting.
The Buckskin Council serves 32 counties in 4 different states. The dedication is scheduled for this Thursday. The facility cost more than $4 million to build.
Head-to-head matchup. The vice presidential debate has begun. Who will sway the voters?
And as their second-in-command's debate, both presidential nominees continue to battle it out on the campaign trail. The latest on the race for the White House when we come back. We are your local